Andre Lamothe is an account executive at Wishpond, which is a company I've partnered with a few times. They're an awesome company, and he's responsible for overseeing dozens of marketing campaigns each month. He's strategized and managed campaigns for some of the biggest brands in the world, including ESPN, Disney, CBS, Reader's Digest, and Lululemon. I'm sure you've all heard of at least a couple of those. And Andre is an event marketing expert, a chatbot lover, a master planner, and a planner of marketing campaigns that deliver results. So we're so excited to have you on today and get to tell us a little bit about what Wishpond is and how they can use marketing tools to make their lives easier as small business owners.
Absolutely. So first, thanks for that introduction. You didn't have to name all those names. At the end of the day, what Wishpond is and what we focus on primarily is we focus on we created a platform that allows marketers and allows business owners to automate a lot of those tasks, because some of the times is tough to do. Many of the times, all these big businesses like Walmart, Lululemon, Reader's Digest, they have huge teams of like 30, 40 people working in their marketing team, right? And the biggest struggle is, how do you actually get to compete with a similar audience with someone that has that big of a market, right? So you have to understand where you have to find those efficiencies, right? How do you have to like automate certain things like transactional emails, right? Make sure you have preset emails for the next following months in regards to how to educate your customers, so that you're not always clicking send every single time when you're about to communicate with your customers. And our platform focuses on allowing you to create those automations, gather more emails, and grow your email list so you have that, what we call which is predictable revenue, right? Being able to gather those emails and predict how much sales you can get month after month.
Well, and the thing about gathering your email list and being able to create campaigns and market to your tribe, that's the only place that you own your list. You know, like your social media list is owned by the social media platform, and they get to dictate the rules of how you engage and how you interact. So I'd love to hear a little bit about some of the campaigns that you recommend for small business owners to help them with client attraction, client conversion, and then if you can, we can even touch on client retention. Do you have any tips or strategies there?
Absolutely. So we like to call this ARR, acquisition, retargeting, and retention, right? First of all, at the end of the day, one of the things you mentioned, which is very important, is how to acquire new customers. The biggest challenge, even if you have a great business or a great product that you're selling, is getting your name out there. Right? You might have the best product in the world, but if people can't see it and they can't look for you and they don't know it exists, they will never find you. Right? So first of all, being able to have a solid acquisition campaign to find the audience is key. Right? And one of the main things that we do here at Wishpond is we always focus around making sure that when you ask for someone's email, think of it as a transaction. Stop trying to ask for someone's email and say, subscribe to my newsletter. That doesn't work, right? I don't want to subscribe to anyone's newsletter because, first of all, I don't even know what I'm going to get, right? My email is already saturated with a million other newsletters. So
newsletter is no longer a sexy word, just in case anyone is wondering.
Exactly.
Really
right?
Not.
And I love what you said it, how you said it, because it's not attractive. I don't want to have more emails in my inbox that I'm going to unsubscribe tomorrow. So a quick strategy for acquisition is think of giving them something tangible, something that they can print, something that they can get specifically that day, right? I'll give you an example. Hey, Andres, download the top 10 steps on how to have a more efficient day, right? Or download this PDF that breaks down exactly how to create your outfit for the day, right? If you're in e-commerce, right? And it can be a simple one-page PDF, but now they know that they're going to get something directly that moment in exchange for their email.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, one thing that I want to say, just a trend that I've noticed, is a few years ago, I felt like that initial transaction was more based around like adding a lot of value and giving them free courses and things like that. And now I feel like people want something that is easy to digest and easy to use. Like they want simple, high impact.
100%. And specifically it's because we have our attention span is so low, right?
Yeah.
And that also allows us to also, people can digest very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
right? I personally get to a point where I'm watching YouTube videos and I put them at speed like 1.5 or 2 because I like, all I want is like the keywords that resonate with me and learn. And the exact same thing goes with a PDF. If I see a massive PDF that has no point form, I'm never going to look at it. But if I
Mm-hmm.
see that it's very well separated, there's images, there's graphs, and I can, okay, I don't really care about the top, but this at the bottom makes a lot of sense, then that's very easy for me to digest, and I can pick and choose what I want to learn instead of having to read an article for 30 minutes that I might only gain 5% benefit from it, from the section that I want to look at.
Yeah, I really love this concept of making that first engagement a transaction, that you getting someone's email for free is really not
Mm-hmm.
free. Like they're, that is the first transaction. They're buying something with their time instead of buying it with their dollars. And you're not going to get the dollars from them until you actually get the time and that first little tiny commitment of them saying, "Yeah, okay, I'll click your stuff. I'll download that thing." I love it.
Yeah, and just to add a little bit of a bonus to that, I don't know how many of you know about lookalike audiences. So lookalike audiences is something very, very cool that Facebook allows you to do. What that means is that, let's say that over a period of 3 months, you generate a ton of emails. Let's say you generate 1,000 emails of people that are the exact demographic of your brand. These emails that you just generated them, you can grab them, import them into Facebook, and then tell Facebook, hey Facebook, I want these 1,000 people. I want you to find me, the 1% of the United States or the 1% of Canada that looks like these 1,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
right? And all of you that know that data science is blowing up, Facebook now grabs those 1,000 people and finds all these different similarities of those people, and eventually gives you a bigger audience that looks exactly like the one you just generated,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now, instead of trying to always target people that are from the ages of 45 to 50 that like art or that like fashion, you're now targeting people that look like your current audience, having higher chances of conversion, having higher chances of attraction, and it's all free to create those audiences. Obviously, you need to pay for the ad dollars, but it gives you the best quality of audience, and that is all from your email list that you own.
Yeah, well, and honestly, there is nobody better to market to than your existing base as well. And so you can even do that. Also, you can take that email list that you have and then you can market to them the
Yeah,
next event that you have or the next tool that you're coming out with or the next new product. And Facebook is really a powerful marketing campaign, but you can't really successfully use it if you don't have a back end that's supporting you organizing these people, right?
mm-hmm,
Like I
mm-hmm.
can't just have a spreadsheet of people and then email them through me remembering, oh, I need to email this person and invite them or these groups of people. We just have to move into something that's a little bit more sophisticated. And some small business owners are still struggling making that transition. So, do you have any advice for when they're jumping into finding the right platform for them to manage, their CRM and manage all of their automation? How do they know which one is the best for them?
I think to start with, first of all, I would always recommend have a demo with that brand,
Yeah.
right? Make a list, Google the top email marketing campaigns, have a demo, right? If you don't know how to get there, they're all willing to give you a demo. And if they're not, crossed off the list
Mm-hmm.
automatically, because you want to learn what they're going to be able to actually give you, how they're going to be actually able to help you, right? Number two, understand a little bit more in regards to the different segments, right? Have an idea, right? I'll give you an example. Have an idea of who are people that have never bought that are in your email list, people
Mm-hmm.
that have bought one time, and people that have bought 5 times in the past year. Now you have 3 lists, a
Mm-hmm.
list of people that have never bought your services, lists of people that only bought once, and you have a list of VIP customers. You can now upsell them, that you can now nurture them and even give them more content. And the people that have never bought, you can give them discounts and promotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you want to really understand, is what platforms can help you create those segments easily. And if you don't really know how to execute this, get on a demo. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people that are going to give you high level strategies. That's what we do first. We always make sure that if this is something they need, we give them a 15-minute free demo, even strategy call of how this will be executed for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, and one thing that I really want to touch on with this segmenting of your list is the sales language that you use to convert a cold audience versus a warm audience versus a hot audience is going to be different. A cold audience needs to hear different things in order to buy, whereas a hot audience just needs you to tell them to buy, right? Like it's a
Hmm.
different experience. And so if you're treating your list as a one size fits all experience and everybody's getting the same thing, no matter what their interest level is or their engagement level, is not going to be as effective as if you go and segment. And if you don't have the right tools, that's very challenging to do and very time
Hmm.
consuming. If you do have the right tools, it becomes a lot more simple.
Hmm. I agree. And the best part is the difference between doing it yourself and sending all these emails and trying to get people to buy is you can't really measure success, right? You have to do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of numbers, who opens, who clicks, who actually turn into a customer. But all these platforms, what they also do, or the good ones, is they aggregate all those numbers for you, right? What is your open rate? What is your click-through rate? What is your sales through these emails? Which now allow you to change things based on that, right? I'll give you an example. Let's say you have two segments.
Mm-hmm.
Segment one has an open rate of 20%, and segment two has an open rate of 30%, right? So now you see a little bit different why they have different open rates. Maybe the subject line was different. So
Mm-hmm.
simply by that, you understand, okay, perfect. For my next emails, I'm going to use subject lines that are similar to the ones that gave me a higher open rate. And
Yes.
same thing you do with click-through rate and so on. And it gives you an overall overview of those metrics so that you don't, if you're sending 10,000 emails, you're not going to go one by one seeing who opened and who clicked.
Mm-hmm.
That is so important to be able to scale, predict your revenue, and make decisions a lot faster. Specifically because we live in a world that if you take too long to execute,
Yeah.
never
You
going
get
to
left
really
behind.
get in. Yeah, you need to be very, very, very lean, very agile. And one of the biggest takeaways when it comes to email marketing is don't think about it too much. Don't take too long to release your email. Don't think that you're going to have the perfect email, right?
Mhm.
Create 3 or 4 different variations that look very similar and launch your email
Yeah.
and look at the results and analyze based on the results. The worst thing is waiting 5 months to have that perfect email and then realizing it is not it.
Well, I'll just say this in all things with regards to your marketing, you want to get it out in as fast as possible so you can actually get feedback. Because until your marketing is out in front of people, it's all an educated guess. I think they'll like it. I hope they'll be interested in this. I think that they're going to, like this topic, but until you put it out there, you truly don't know. So the faster you can get yourself out in front of your audience, having conversations, engaging them with your content, the faster you're going to be able to see, like, oh, legitimately nobody cares about this except for me. I think it's cool, but the numbers tell me they do not. So it allows you to be able to test, and until you put it out there, like, there's no point in spending months and months and months trying to get your email marketing going. Like, really, you should be able to get in, have a demo, make a decision, set up your first campaign, start testing, and just start growing from there. So I so appreciate you being here and sharing some of your tips and strategies with us. What is the best way for our audience to connect with you?
I actually sent you a link. I think it's in the chat.
Uh-huh.
And it's a link to book a call with me, which is a 30-minute call. And basically what I would do is I would create a strategy of your brand, whatever basically niche it is. I will draw a funnel and we'll draw the strategy. You don't have to know much about your audience, just about a little bit about your business. And at least it will give you a high level strategy of what should be your next steps, how to save yourself 3 hours a week when it comes to finding new leads, getting new leads, and prospecting properly.
Awesome. And if you don't mind, if you are able, can you put that link in the chat too? Because I was just looking at my spot and my link spot is blank for you. So we want to make sure that they're able to send that. And so
Should I
we'll
send it to
absolutely,
the all panelists and attendees?
yes, yeah, send it to all panelists
Perfect.
and attendees because we definitely want people to go over and find out. You guys, if you do not currently have a CRM and marketing automation, you need it. It's not optional, especially in the COVID world. We have to be able to find and acquire clients online. We just have to because we don't know when we're open and when we're closed. So it really is an essential thing. And then, Nick, is that a free session? You've got a question in there. Is there a
Yeah, it's a
cost
free
for that?
session. There's
Okay.
no cost. You just book some time, and then all you need to have is like a business, and then we'll go on the drawing board, and we'll have a pretty solid strategy.
Awesome. Great. Well, we so appreciate you being on today. Thank you so much for your time and expertise. Get a CRM. I don't know how else to say that. You need it.
Thanks, Amy.